Hello, my name is Richard and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for you. I didn't do a park run this weekend, so I thought instead I would talk about my latest running gadget. It is, of course, the Garmin Forerunner 255. Now I've had this watch for just over a month now, so I just really wanted to go through 5 things that I really love about it and one thing that maybe I'm not so keen on. So let's get into it. So the first thing I really like about this watch is the screen. Now it doesn't have the AMOLED screen of the newer 265 or 955, but the display is clearly visible in pretty much all daylight conditions. I've had no problems at all seeing the screen. And also as well, I like the fact that it's got an always on display, so you don't have to move your wrist or press any buttons to be able to see the screen. It is always on in the background. Yes, it's got a light so you can see it in dark lighting conditions, but it's on all the time, and I really like that feature as well. I also like the size of the screen. I've got the 48mm one as opposed to the smaller 43mm one. Although I've got quite small wrists, I think it looks really good. And also as well, it's big enough for me to see all of the data screens even without my glasses on, which I find really useful as well. So the first thing I really love about this watch is the screen. So the second thing I really love about this watch is the fact that everything is controlled by the 5 buttons. Now again, unlike the newer 265 or the 955, it doesn't have touch screen, but I'm not particularly bothered about that. I like the fact that you can navigate through every single menu. You can start and stop activities just by using the buttons. This is particularly useful when the weather's been cold and you've got gloves on, so you haven't got to take your gloves off to press things and start and stop your run. So I actually like the fact that there isn't a touch screen. Yes, I suppose that would be handy to scroll through emails and texts and stuff like that, which you can see on the screen, but if I want to do that, I can just check them on my phone. So the next thing I love about this watch is the button controls. Now the third thing I really love about this watch is the incredible battery life. Now, I was used to having to charge my previous smartwatch every single day, and if I forgot to do it in the morning, by the time the evening came around and I was going out for my run, the battery would have been flat, which was no good at all. Now the battery life in this Garmin 255 is apparently 16 days. Now I've not tried it to see how long it does last. I'm tending to top it up every 2 or 3 days, and it's never gone below 75%. And that's despite wearing it all the time, all day, all night, doing lots of different activities in it. It just doesn't seem to drain the battery at all, so that is just fantastic. It's good that you can just put it on charge. Once it's fully charged, you can just forget about it. 2 or 3 days later, you've still got 75% or more of charge left. So yeah, the next thing I really love about this watch is the battery life. Now anyone who knows me will know that I'm a big fan of stats and facts and figures. So the next thing I really love about this watch is the data. Now there's data on this watch that I didn't even know existed, but now it's on there. I don't know how I managed to live without it. I really like the sleep score that you get. It helps to keep a track of how well you're sleeping, if maybe you need more sleep, if you need to get out of bed early at certain times. I find that really useful as well. I also like the pace predictor part of it as well, where it gives you a predicted time for different race distances, and it's not unrealistic either. So my 5k time they're giving me is about 1.5 minutes off my current PB. My 10k time is about 2.5 minutes off my PB, so both of those two would be achievable, I think, with a good training program. So I quite like that as well. I just like the fact that you can keep a track on everything that you're doing in terms of your fitness, and there's just so much data in it. It's incredible, and I don't even think I'm using half of it that's there. There's probably a load more stuff that I haven't discovered yet, which I'm really looking forward to finding out and getting to see what else it can do. So yeah, the next thing I really love about this watch is all of the data. So the final thing then that I really love about this watch is the weight and the comfort. It only weighs 49 grams, so I can wear it all day, all through the night, and you barely even notice you've got it on. You'll get a notification, and that's the only time that you remind yourself that you're actually even wearing it. When you think of all the data that it's got, all the different screens that it's got, everything else, and it's so light and so comfortable. The silicone straps, which you can change out, they're breathable as well. You don't feel the sweat underneath them. It always feels comfortable even after a heavy workout. Yeah, it's just a fantastically light watch. So the final thing I love about this watch is the weight and comfort. So what about the one thing then that maybe I'm not quite so keen on about this watch? Well, yeah, it is the training status. It always seems to be quite negative unless you do the exact workout that the watch has suggested for you every single day. Otherwise it's saying that your workout is strained, or your fitness level's strained, or your fitness level's dropping. If you go out for a run too many times, or your intensity is too much, you're running faster than it wants you to, it will say that your fitness is dropping, and I think that's quite negative. I bought a fitness watch to keep me motivated and help me to progress, and it seems as though that's not really what it's trying to do. There's probably ways that I can switch that off or ignore it, as I'm doing anyway. It just seems to be quite annoying that it's constantly telling me to run slower or to do less, when the idea of having a watch is to try and encourage you to do more. So Garmin, if you are watching, please try and make your fitness instructor that's built into the watch a little bit more positive and encouraging. Allow me to run how I want to run, and if I want a training program, I can put one in and I'll use it. But just for everyday running, just let me get on with it, and don't try and convince me that my fitness is dropping when I'm out running every single day. So I don't know, I just find that a little bit negative. So yeah, it's only a little gripe, and I say I'm sure I can probably switch that off, but that is the one thing that I'm maybe not quite so keen on about this watch. So there you go, that was my quick review there of my new Garmin Forerunner 255. It's the first Garmin I've had. I can't compare it to any other Garmin, but I'm loving what it's doing so far. The ease of use is fantastic. I love the size of the screen, and I love the fact that it's a great way to keep a track of all the stats and data for my fitness journey. So I'm loving the watch so far, and I'm sure I'll discover more about it as time goes on. So I've had it about a month now. I've worn it every single day, and I'm really loving it. So yeah, if you are in the market for a smartwatch, I would certainly recommend the Garmin Forerunner 255, plus the fact that because it's a couple of years old now, there's been some great deals on it. The price has come right down because there's newer models out there, but you certainly can't go far wrong with this one. Just remember, it's got no touch screen. If that's what you need, then I would maybe not get this one. But other than that, it's a fantastic watch. Fully recommend Garmin Forerunner 255. So thanks for watching this video today. Something a little bit different for you. I will be back doing some park runs and some more running videos over the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. I've got a couple of races coming up in February as well, so that's going to be good. I've got a few more booked in for the rest of the year. My diary's starting to get a bit full now. I was a bit worried a few weeks ago I hadn't booked anything in, but now I've got 6 in my diary, and I'm looking to do a few more. So if you know any other runs coming up, any races, maybe 10Ks, 5Ks, that sort of distance, 5 miles, things like that, in the northeast, please put them in the comments below. Any races that you're doing, any you think I might enjoy, let me know and I'll sign up for them, and I might see you at an event coming up. So that's it for today then. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on that next one.